Now, speaking of Sydney, Chris Minns has just led Labor to victory in that state. You were there campaigning with him more than once. Some of the policy focus seemed to replicate what you did to win government here, big focus on health and education. Are you working very closely with Chris Minns and Labor in New South Wales, more so than perhaps your Labor colleagues in other states?
I think the short answer to that is yes. I get on pretty well with Chris. I think our politics is relatively similar. We believe that Labor should aspire to govern from the centre, remain focused on core issues, not sort of graduate into silly debates in the culture wars. And I think Chris is a mainstream leader that wants to deliver outcomes for New South Wales, and we've got a similar passion in areas like education, for instance. So yeah, I mean, we get on well together, and that sort of is a good start. I mean, I get on well with most of my Labor colleagues in the state. But
you mentioned the focus on those human issues, health and education in particular. You had a big focus on health in South Australia to win government, focused on ramping, ambulances ramping at hospitals, yet now that's worse than ever before.
Yep, there's a challenge, and I think we've got to be honest about it. I'm not one to put my head in the sand on this. But look, there's a range of things that are contributing to it. We are throwing the kitchen sink at it. You only have to look at our state budget to know that. But if I'm frank about it, Chris, when you've got a Medicare and primary healthcare system that is literally cratering before our eyes, if people can't get to a GP, they stay at home and get sicker, and they end up in the emergency department. Now, at some point as a country, we're going to have to confront the fact that we don't have two health systems. We have one that's supposed to work. And we don't have a primary healthcare system and a hospital system. They should be one system that actually works together. And I think we've got a lot of work to be done there. And in terms of Chris Minns and other Labor colleagues, I think they understand at a state level that we're going to have to dial up the temperature on this to see some real change.